Mel Owen! Helo, pawb. Dylen ni fod wedi dechrau gyda wnewch chi please cymeryd eich seddau, but that's a bit boring, isn't it? Yes. Hello everybody, croeso mawr i chi gyd, a diolch am ddod I lawnsiad llyfr Mel Owen! Oh, what a typical white man. Let's do all the talking. Make it all about myself. Diolch am ddod. Mae gyda ni well, beth sydd gyda ni chi yw sgwrs fach rhwng I. My name is Alan Saunders, because I've come tonight out to drag, because that's 2.5 fucking hours, do you know what I mean? And we're going to have a little chat in both languages as we launch Mel's book, Oedolyn. Ish. And then once we're done talking, you are all obviously going to head straight over to the lovely little stand over there and buy your copies of the book. We need a bit more enthusiasm. I chi gyd yn mynd I brynu llyfr! Braf o'ch chi wedi prynu'r llyfr yn barod. Book and a pizza. What a wild Thursday, yes. Hi Mel!
Hello!
Mae'n lush, diolch am ofyn fi wneud hwn.
Oh no, diolch am ddod.
Fi eisiau dechrau'n really sydyn gyda rhai o fy hoff quotes o'r llyfr. Which include, doedd Kate Moss yn amlwg heb flasu halloumi fries. That's one of my favourites. And a drafodaeth am adultification, that's a deeper one.
Yeah, that is actually quite deep.
I absolutely love it, it's brilliant. And also, fath ar ant yn dec o Gaerdydd, just heb y miliynau yn y banc na'r yfed y gyrru. Like the Cardiff ant and deck, but without the millions in the bank and the drink driving, yes. Hi! This is marvellous. Ni ddim yn mynd I gael like question and answer, ni'n mynd I gael sgwrs really, yndyn ni?
I feel like I'm on Oprah.
Yay!
Yeah. You are the Oprah Cymraeg.
Opera, please. Alright, let's start with, pa mor heriol oedd I ti ddechrau sgwennu llyfr? Because it can be a bit of a daunting task, isn't it?
Yeah. Pan fel o'n nhw wedi gofyn I fi ysgrifennu llyfr, o'n nhw fel ti eisiau ysgrifennu hunangofian, like, do you want to write an autobiography? O'n I fel, dwi'n 27, like, it's going to be like 20, it's going to be like 20 pages long. So wedyn o'n I fel, oh, what can I actually write? A o'n I meddwl, okay, fi'n troi'n 30 cyn bo hir, so falle na I sgwennu am fel y gwersi dwi wedi dysgu cyn hwnna. And I was like, yeah, I can write a book. Like, a wedyn o'n rhaid I fi actually still lawr yn neud e, and that was a lot.
Fi'n credu fel freelancers, ni yn gorfod wneud y pethau yna. Can you do this? Does it pay? I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I've got the time. They're like, this is the fee. And I was like, I'm free, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. I've got 55 things on, but it'll make time.
Yeah.
Does it pay? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. O'n I eisiau gofyn, time to, it's not name and shame, I've called it name and fame.
Oh, okay.
So fel, oedd na unrhyw un nath like ysbrydoli ti, oedd na unrhyw un o ti'n gwybod fi eisiau sgwennu am byty y bobl yma?
Yeah, well, obviously, mae ffrindiau agos fi I gyd yn y llyfr, I wanted to feature them. Ellis has got his own chapter.
Oh.
I was just like, yeah, how is he the main character in my book as well? As the trait of our whole lives. Ond nawr, ni eisiau ysgrifennu am gyd o'r bobl dwi'n caru y mwyaf, ond hefyd o bobl sydd wedi dysgu fi y mwyaf. Like, changing people's names in this book was very stressful for me. Achos, o'n I gyd fel, oh, if I call them that, are they going to work out it's them, or somebody else going to work out it's them? So, o'n I eisiau cynnwys y pobl dwi'n caru, and they've all been named, ond hefyd y bobl sydd heb cael ei enwi, the people who haven't been named, and I've changed the names. It wasn't that I ever wanted them to be like the villains of the piece, I wanted them to be like the most important lessons in my life. So, ni fel, mae'r angen cynnwys nhw, like, they're so important to my story, so ni dal eisiau cynnwys nhw.
Yeah, but let's face it, Zach is a bit of a villain.
Okay, yeah, he is a villain, actually, yeah.
Don't know who I'm talking about? By the book, babes. I guess, dyna be... gosh. Dyna be fi'n, like...
yeah, he actually goes to prison. Like, he's a literal villain, actually. Like, there's no way of sugarcoating that, yeah.
Mae hwnna'n amazing. So yeah, but oes na unrhyw beth, unrhyw stories ti'n meddwl, ti wedi paratoi, okay, os yw'r person yna yn darllen y llyfr a wedyn yn ffeindio fi yn gweud, pan ti'n sgwennu beth i fi? Oes na unrhyw un ti'n meddwl, oh, if they do that, am I bothered, am I not bothered?
Yeah, although, o rhaid fi'n meddwl, if some people who I'd like written about, and I'd like made so much effort to hide their identity. If they were like, oh, that's me, a nhw bach yn fel teimlo, o'n nhw'n eisiau gwybod pam nhw'n fe. Maen nhw jyst yn bwysig I stori fi ar diwedd y dydd, ac ti'n mwyn, oedd hwnna'n bwysig I fi cael cynnwys. So, hey, fyswn I eisiau fy cael fy cynnwys yn llyfr rhywun, even if I was a bit villainous in it, I feel like that's still me, you know?
Absolutely.
Ond, na, o'n i'n meddwl, mae fe'n really bwysig I gynnwys y bobl yna, ond hefyd fel parchu, that privacy pawb, heblaw am teulu fi, sorry, mum and dad. Like, everything, I was like, I can't hide their identity, you know. These random adults I live with, like, they can't, I've got to name them. So, like, that's out there. Ond beth sy'n really weird I fi yw mae bobl yn dod lan I fi a bod fel, ti wedi bod mor honest. And I'm like, have I? Like, what do you mean? I was gweitha, like, somebody stopped me in the street, she held my arm, she was like, you're so brave. And I was like, am I though? Like, and so I started to question be fi di ysgrifennu. And I'm like, I didn't think it was that traumatic, but clearly it is, so trigger warning, you know?
Wel, hwnna, ond os ti'n meddwl am fel rhoi dy fywyd mewn llyfr, ydy hwnna'n fwy neu yn llai terrifying na codi ar y... Can we swear tonight? How do you feel about swearing? Swearing, yes? Yeah. Anyone against swearing?
You're going to hate the book if you hate swearing. Just leave me out.
Ia'n hegu yn Gymraeg yw e, so mae'n fine. I've completely forgotten what I was going to ask now. Yeah, pa mor terrifying yw e?
O gymharu am mynd ar llwyfan.
O gymharu am mynd ar llwyfan, like, that is fucking terrifying. Yw, o leia pan ti'n sgwennu llyfr, it's out there. Mae pobl yn darllen, and that's that. Whereas you get on stage and you're quite reliant on that feedback and the laughs, essentially.
Yeah, ond gyda stand-up, you get the validation straight away. Like, you get the result straight away. So ti'n gwybod, os mae bobl yn hoffi fe, ti'n gwybod, os maen nhw ddim yn, ti'n gwybod. Whereas gyda llyfr, ti ddim yn really gwybod, achos like, it's been like drip-fed a little bit. So mae bobl fel, o fi'n darllen e, and I'm like, I want to know what you think right now. I want you to read it all today and tell me what you think right now. Like, forget your job, forget your life. So yeah, I fi, mae hwnna bach mwy brawychus. It's like, it's more scary because I'm not getting that instant reaction.
There's one way to get it.
Oh, what?
Rhwydwaith Menywod Cymru.
I'm a bit disappointed no one's slagged me off on it yet. Like...
For anybody who doesn't know the context of that, there is an online forum which I've never ventured into because it sounds absolutely terrifying.
It is a pit of hell.
How would you describe Rhwydwaith Menywod Cymru?
So it's a Facebook page and bob menu Cymraeg. That's the only criteria. And it's like, we bobl yn gofyn am like recipes for bara brith or like how to hide a body. Like those are the two ways. Or anything in between, you know? And like, people they'll post stuff on there that they could easily Google. Like, does anyone know what time Spa Pwllheli closes? I'm like, babes, Google it. I do know, it's 5 o'clock, but Google it, you know? So yeah, but they're so bad, just like slagging everybody off. And they'll name them as well. Like, so I want the book to be in there.
Yes. Yeah. I've got a morbid curiosity now just to search on there and just see what's on there. Which leads me on to another question I actually had written down. That's good to know. Which is, have you ever Googled yourself?
Yeah, so Mel Owen from EastEnders comes up. I'm on page 16. Yeah, I need to outlive Tamsin Althwaite, and then then it will be me.
If you Googled yourself, what would you hope to find?
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Well, at the moment I don't know. I don't ever want to find myself on there.
Okay.
I only want it, like, things that I've written to be out there. I don't want anybody to write about me.
I like that.
Yeah.
If you Googled yourself, what would you be terrified to find?
Lluniau Facebook from like 2009.
Oh.
Me holding a WKD like as my firstborn, you know? I'd be quite scared of that.
Okay, on that, what is your go-to drink of choice now?
Margarita.
Oh.
Margarita, yeah. Since
nice.
Mexico, which is in the book.
Since Mexico?
In the book.
By the book.
Margarita got salt on the rim.
Oh. I still want to make a really adult joke. We all love a bit of salt in the rim. Anyway, it's gone to that place. Your mum's in. Stop it.
You did it,
I
not
did
me.
it. I'm so sorry. It's all good. Wyt ti wedi banio dy fam rhag ddarllen y llyfr? Is the big question.
Na, fi heb banio neb o darllen y llyfr. So when I've given it to my family, fi di troi cwpl o corneli lawr, I've turned a few pages down and been like, if I were you, I wouldn't read this page. And if you do, that's on you. But my grandparents are still speaking to me.
Yay!
Yeah, my mum a dad fi heb darllen e eto.
Na.
So apparently maen nhw eisiau darllen e amser Nadolig.
Cool.
Yeah, ond I'm making you not like, don't ruin family Christmas by reading my book. But yeah, so I was a bit like, if I were you, I wouldn't read these pages.
Wyt ti'n gobeithio nawn nhw ddarllen e like cynio Nadolig, so like little bits like, well, we've got a few things to discuss now.
Oh no. No. I don't want to be grilled.
No.
Like, cynio Nadolig, no, I want to enjoy my Christmas.
Mae hwnna'n really bwysig. Fel fi wedi bod yn ddigon ffodus I weld ti yn gigio lot dros y flwyddyn a hanner diwetha. Cos nes I ddod I weld ti tua blwyddyn a hanner nôl, and then we seem to bump into each other like every other day in all different places. Which
it's suspicious. I didn't even invite you tonight. And yet here you are.
I just found myself here with a microphone and a pint of asahi. It's lush. Sut wyt ti'n teimlo pan mae teulu a neu ffrindiau dod I weld y stand-up di? Ydy e'n newid e unrhyw faint? Neu na?
Bach, dim ffrindiau fi, ond o'n I ddim eisiau ffrindiau fi dod I weld stand-up fi o gwbl am tua blwyddyn. Dwi'n credu fel, o cwpl o'n I wedi sneakio mewn I gig, and I was like, oh, if they're here. Ond, ie, o'n I mor nervous. Ond nawr, fi'n caru cael y cefnogaeth yna. When my family are in, obviously, like, I'll change it a little bit, but I mean, you know, they've heard it all now. They've heard it. Like, they've heard 99% of it. Yeah. You know, yeah. So na fi ddim, and it's nice to have the cefnogaeth, you know, for them to actually, you know, to see that I threw a law degree away for something, you know?
How useful, would you advise people to go and study a degree? You don't have to answer that.
Yeah, fyswn I yn. And because also I think it was like a really structured way to leave home. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, it was like, you know, in the book, I did do a lot of studying. But it was where I had amazing experiences. Felly, yeah, so ni yn meddwl, os mae'n cael bobl allan o fel trefi nhw, yeah, go for it.
Absolutely, yeah. That was going to lead to something which has left my brain, because I think I spat it into my asahi, but never mind. So, pa mor heriol oedd hi, like, I addasu'r comedy o stand-up I feddwl am rhoi e mewn I llyfr a sut mae'n kind of cyfieithu. So like how did the comedy translate from doing stand-up, which is quite short form, to something like that does that?
Yeah, there was like all the editors being really helpful gyda fi hefyd, because there was a bit like so in it I have like footnotes. And the footnotes for me are like my personal voice, a little bit like less all three, maen nhw'n bach mwy personol I fel siarad I gynulleidfa. And dyna lle dwi'n rhan mwyaf o'r jokes hefyd. And there was a point where they were like, there's too many. They were like, you need to tone this down. And there was a lot in the second draft of, is this appropriate? And I felt, yeah, I'll take the rap. Or, no, you're probably right, actually. So, yeah, then it was different. It was a different type of scale, I suppose, ond fel ti'n dweud, it's weird because I don't know if people have enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know they're crying. Which is not my intention. Ond, yeah, mae fe'n wahanol, because obviously with stand-up, you're trying to get a joke every 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And with this, you're trying to also tell a story, and the book would be like the Bible if I was making a joke every 20 seconds trying to get the story out. So there are some times where I'm like looking at the page being like, where's the gag? Yeah. And then I'm like, oh no, it's quite a sad bit actually. There doesn't need to be a gag.
Yeah.
But then maybe me is like, stick one on the end, you know. Keep them happy.
Absolutely. Mae hwnna'n really iach fi'n meddwl, achos mae dy sort of training di o fod wedi gweithio fel stand-up, ti'n meddwl am y pethau yna, ti'n meddwl am gadw pobl yn engaged gyda beth ti wedi sgwennu, ond hefyd mae ffeindio'r pwyntiau lle ti ddim yn cael gwneud hwnna yn stand-up yw mynd mewn i'r darnau really sensitive, rhywbeth ti'n gwneud yn really, really dda, and but you are really honest.
I am quite honest, aren't I?
Yeah.
But anyway, I was like, if I'm going to do this, man I fi wneud e, like, all in, you know, both feet in ar diwedd y dydd.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dyna outlook fi yw, os y ni fel artistiaid, fel pobl creadigol, ddim yn honest gyda pobl, a jyst yn rhannu'r profiadau in an honest yet sometimes slightly heightened way. Because that's comedy. What are we doing it for?
Yeah, exactly. A ni fel eisiau neud e fel accessible I bobl. So os hwnna rhywbeth gobeithio fysa bobl yn uniaethu gyda, a one thing that's really surprised me yw rhai o'r sioe mae bobl di weithio fi, oh, I went through that as well, and it's the ones I least expected, actually. So that's been really heartwarming for me, actually. It feels like, oh, there was a purpose I fi actually gwneud hwn.
Yeah. O'n eisiau gofyn, oes na unrhyw, cos you're here, oedd na unrhyw, like, deleted scenes? Oedd na unrhyw beth, oedd fod, it's nice when there's a naughty chuckle.
And it's very
yes. She knows. Oedd na unrhyw deleted scenes, unrhyw beth nes di kind of rhoi veto arni. I mean, actually, I'm not going to go there, and you don't have to, like, go into it.
Yeah, if I didn't put it in the book, I'm not going to say it now.
No. I mean, you can't say space.
No, they definitely will. Ond na cwpl o straeon lle ni fel, it's actually too obvious who this person is. A tymod, allan o'n parch I fel diogelwch nhw, a tymod, a privacy nhw, o'n I fel, as good as a story as it is, it's gotta go. O'n I ddim eisiau rhannu bywyd neb arall. So na cwpl lle ni fel, oh, yeah, allan o'n tegrwydd, that's gotta go. Os nhw bach yn adnabyddus or something like that, you're like, okay, it's, you know, I can't hide it. A wedyn, yeah, na cwpl lle o'n I fel, actually, erbyn I dod I diwedd y llyfr, is this relevant? So mae hwnna'n cwpl, and I just fatha, oh, I wrote that right at the start. It took me 18 months to write it, so my life changed a lot in that time. So oedd yr stwff ar y dechrau, falle ddim yn really perthnasol rhagor. So there was a couple of scenes, I was like, actually, I don't even feel like that anymore. So take that, but also that shows growth.
That is, yeah. Yes, growth, yeah. Mae hwnna'n lyflu, cos mae bywyd y pobl yn newid lot mewn like 19 mis. Mae loads a loads. So mae hwnna'n really ddiddorol I bod y bit ti'n gallu edrych nôl ar y bits a mynd, actually, don't need it. Don't need it in my life.
It's gone. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Faint o, because I love a redraft. Un o'r pethau gorau fi wedi dysgu am sgwennu yw the skill of redrafting and not being afraid to like chuck stuff out. If anybody who's not a writer, the phrase is not being afraid to kill your babies. Very dark for a dad to say. But essentially you find the bits that you think are great and really love, and somebody goes, actually we don't need that, and you've got to kill your babies and you've got to go, bye. Yeah. So yeah, faint o sort of ail ddrafftio o ti wedi gorfod neud, neu oedd just yn fater o sgwennu fe I gyd lawr?
Oedd hwn, 4 drafts after, and I was so fortunate. Oedd gen I a mentor, Betha Gwanas, who is obviously an icon.
Someone just gasped! Somebody just gasped!
And rightly so! I gasped every time she came on Teams. I was like, oh, it's Betha Gwanas! And she was great to be like, just trust me. And we did have back and forth, and I was just like, no, I like this bit. And she was like, then something else needs to go, or, you know, so we'd be back and forth. So I left a big gap between draft 2 and 3 because I was like, o'n I eisiau darllen e with like fresh eyes. I was reading on the train back from Liverpool, and you know when people are like, see it, say it, sorted? Someone see it, say it, sorted me, right? Because this is so embarrassing, I was laughing so hard at my own work. I was reading about like, this is great, this is so good. I was like cackling at my laptop to the point that somebody was like, that's suspicious. And I was meant to be going to Canadeli for brunch with my friends when I got back, and I was like half an hour late because they took me into a little side room in Cardiff Central. And they went through all my stuff. Oh my God. And they were like, what were you doing? And I was like, reading my own book. And yeah, and I got there and they stopped serving brunch. It was a bad day.
Livid.
I was livid.
Livid.
Yeah. So yeah, that was draft 3. I went in. Draft 4 I got in Hannell Edinburgh Fringe. Oh. Which, as if that wasn't stressful enough. And then I had this to read as well. So yeah, ond eto, the mor gyflym ar ôl 4th draft, so that was August to now.
Yeah.
That was so quick.
So, rhywbeth o'n i'n gweud gynnau am, like, mae freelancers yn gyffredinol spinning a lot of plates, because you've got to pay the bills and feed the kids. So, yn gyffredinol, pan wyt ti lan yn Garedin, I unrhyw un sydd falle ddim wedi bod I Garedin, neu ddim gyfarwydd ar like, the intricacies of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, it's not just, I'll go and do an hour's show and then I'll just enjoy the sights of Edinburgh, is it?
No, it was emotionally like a bush tucker trial. It was horrendous. Like, it was like the best time, honestly. It was like amazing. But, so I was very lucky that I was staying with my friend Nell. And she lives there. She's not a comedian. She's not in this world. She has a very grown-up job. And she'd like come into the living room and I'd be fine. And then she'd go make a cup of tea and she'd come back and I'd be in tears. And she'd be like, I've been gone for 3 minutes. What's happening? And it's just like every day there was like a new lesson that I was learning. And then I had to edit my book as well on top of it. So yeah, it was a lot. It was a big month. It was a big month.
That's a big month.
Yeah, it was.
Did you have a month afterwards where you just went, I'm sleeping now?
Yeah, I don't know bit. Es I nôl I Aberystwyth am wythnos llawn. And I was just horizontal. I was just like this. Yeah, it was lovely.
Os ti'n mynd I fod yn horizontal am wythnos, Aberystwyth ti eisiau bod, basically.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly.
I kind of want to, like...
Just be on the prom. Seagulls eating me alive.
No, the case of, hun, are you okay? Horizontal on the prom. You could have sat in the beautiful giant deck chair and everything, but hey, horizontal is good. O'n i'n mynd I backtrackio I rhywbeth, and that's gone out of my brain as well. So nawr fi'n mynd I ofyn, pa fath o bethau ti'n meddwl sydd yn gwneud pobl yn oedolyn?
Ooh. Beth sy'n neud bobl yn oedolyn? Like, just having their shit together. Do you know what I mean? Os wyt ti'n gallu mynd trwy'r dydd, you're holding your job down, you're keeping your social life going, you've got a family, all this. If you can do all of that, I think either way you're an oedolyn already.
Does dim oedolion.
Because I'm not doing all of those things at any point. One of them's going at all times, so yeah.
Absolutely. Fi'n credu taw gyfrinach yw, nobody's really an oedolyn. We're all just pretending.
Yeah, and that gives me a lot of comfort. Dwi'n credu o'n na fel sylweddoliad, lle o'n I fel, oh my god, everybody's just winging it. Mm-hmm. And that was very scary, but also a big relief, achos o'n I fel, oh, I'm winging it too, so that's fine. Ond ti'n meddwl, oh, there'll always be somebody who knows what they're doing, and pan ti'n sylweddoli that person doesn't exist.
Ah.
That's quite scary.
Ond hefyd, dyma beth mae'r llyfr yma'n dweud, yw like, I ni gyd jyst yn trio. Ni gyd jyst yn trio darganfod beth yw'r pethau sy'n gallu neud ni'n oedolion, beth ni'n trio anelu at. Fi wastad yn gweud, like, I'm trying to be an adult, but at the same time, I'm being a drag queen, I'm being an actor, I'm being a writer, but that's just putting words together in an order, hoping that nobody dies. I'm not trying to be Prime Minister. Yeah. Because they can't fucking do that either. And they've got to save lives sometimes. So, yeah, but I fi, un o'r pethau sy'n bod yn oedolyn yw cerdded yma heibio, heno, heibio ysgol gynradd plant fi yn smogo cigarette fel na.
Cool dad.
Couldn't do that on the school run, but there we go. I enjoyed it. Wyt ti'n credu bod ti'n mwynhau, cos ti ddim yn 30 eto, wyt ti?
Na, dim nes Mehefin. I'm adamant being 29 is not the same as being nearly 30. And I will die on that hill.
Great.
I'll be 29 for 6 years.
There are people out there who are. Believe me, there are people on Grindr who are 20 and I'm like, you're not 20 fucking 9, let me tell you.
Thank you for sharing.
Relevant. I said this because never ask a narcissist to do a Q&A with someone. What about me? Beth yw'r pethau ti'n meddwl bysa ti'n licio fel ticio off a list yn dy 30 and bearing in mind that gives you a whole 10 years of stuff.
A whole 10 years?
Yeah.
To a bit, like, this isn't a spoiler, it's very much like what the book is about, is fel adeiladu ar hunan hyder fi, which I discovered was on the floor. Like, you think what I do as a job, that my, like, self-confidence would be high, but it's not, that's a charade. That's very much a charade, and my own personal confidence was on the floor. And I think learning that all the bad mistakes I made in my 20s, dyna pam, that was why. A felly, pan fi'n mynd mewn I 30 fi, I just want to keep building on that. Dwi'n gwybod, fi'n sôn amdano hwn yn y llyfr, yn fel, pan fi'n gweld menywod sy'n hŷn na fi, and they're like absolute bosses. I'm like, I can't wait to be 60. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see like 6-year-old women, I'm like, they're fucking great.
Also, don't wish away 30 years.
I know. You asked me what I want to do in my 30s. I was like, I'm 60. Holy moly. I'll have sold it all by then. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Enjoy the 30s. Fi'n cofio
Yeah.
really joio bod yn 30. Cofio un o ffrindiau fi'n cael absolute crisis, like, I'm going to be 30, I'm going to be 30.
Yeah.
And he had an absolute panic about it. Whereas when I turned 30, I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, mae bywyd dim ond wedi gwella wrth i fi hyneddu.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's surely got to continue. Ond fel
Absolutely.
pam yw e fel bod cymdeithas yn weithio ni bod menywod yn just fel marw ar ei 30th birthday nhw. They're like, they're gone. And it's like, well, you could take me out the back and shoot me? Like, what happens?
Oh,
And so,
don't do that, she's just getting started. Come on.
I've got a lot to do. So I'm pushing against that. You know, I'm pushing against it. Don't shoot me.
She's not 60. 60's fine also, by the way. Jessie Roy, come on. Amazing. A bit like it's in under 40s. No, that's too far.
Yeah, that's too far.
That's
I don't know what I'm doing next week.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, honestly, it's that. Ti ddim yn gwybod weithiau beth ti'n gwneud wythnos nesaf ar wythnos ar ôl ni, and when people are like, what are you doing in June 2025? I have no idea.
Yeah, not coming to that wedding is what
No.
I'm doing. What are you doing? Baby shower? No, thank you.
No. Gender reveal?
Absolutely fucking not.
Fuck
no.
that.
No.
Oh, dim diolch.
No. Very quickly.
Yes.
I went to a gender reveal not long ago.
Yeah.
And they bought it out. And I was like, I do not want to go to the gender reveal. I just don't believe in them, right? Just keep your baby to yourself, right? Until it can like code or ride a bike. I don't want to know, right? And then like, they were like, no, you've got to come. You've got to come. You know what I mean? You've got a friend who's very, very chaotic. She's very chaotic. The fact that I didn't even know she was pregnant, frankly. And so she was like, you've got to come. And they brought out the sponge, and I was already annoyed that I was there. And they brought out the sponge, and it was just sponge, like, colour. And I was like, this has gone so wrong. I was like, a bit of me was loving it. I felt great. But like, they look very smug. I was like, we're actually going to raise this baby gender neutral. And I respect that so hard, right? Why am I at a gender reveal party then? Why on a Sunday, if you made me put a bra on and you got me here, when you do you, babes, I'm here for it, okay? Why am I at a gender reveal, the little one thing that doesn't relate?
This could have been an email.
Yeah, exactly. Voice note me, hun. Voice note me.
That's made my life. That's brilliant. Is that in the book?
Do you know that only happened a couple of weeks ago? Yeah.
Hen Dro, draft 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Oedolyn-ish director's cut.
Extended copy.
Oh, there we go. Well,
Yeah.
Essentially, ni'n mynd i angen llyfr arall when you're 39, obviously.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Beth yw'r, on the party theme, beth yw'r party gorau ti erioed wedi bod I?
Oh my gosh, I don't think I can say.
Dyna'r thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, right. Ma'am, just
She'll know.
She'll know.
Do you know, I've had a very eventful 20s, party-wise, you know?
Yes.
And, but also I feel like I'm in a part of my life now where I can be a bit more demure. A bit more mindful.
Never be mindful. Well, I mean, be mindful, obviously, that's good.
Yeah.
Be always mindful, don't
Yeah.
be demure. Demure, because obviously I'm from Demure.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Neath. Oes na, this is a bookie question. Oes na unrhyw lyfrau ti'n cofio darllen, nath newid ti, neu like ysbrydoli ti rhywbeth, it's a very like bookie question, isn't it?
I think, oedd e'n eitha hwyr y bywyd fi, but Queenie by Candice Carty-Williams, o'n I fel, this is amazing. Achos oedd e fel y llyfr cyntaf that was like written by a millennial woman, about a black woman, and I was like, oh my gosh, all these things I can relate to. O'n I fel, I thought there was something wrong with me, but this girl's going through them as well, so clearly that I'm just black. That's what that was this whole time. Yeah, but I grew up in Aberystwyth, so I didn't see any other ones apart from my mum, you know? Yeah. And so that was a big one for me. So pan mae bobl yn weithio fi bod nhw'n uniaethu gyda'r llyfr, I'm like, oh, I've done my little bit.
Good.
Yeah.
Mae'n really bwysig.
Yeah.
If you can see it, you can be it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a massive believer in that. Absolutely. So be ti'n neud, mae dy bresenoldeb di yn glorious and fangirling, but I don't care.
Please do, please.
But presenoldeb ti'n brilliant. Fi'n caru gweld ti ar line-ups pethau. I just think you are very talented indeed. And I'm very proud to call you a friend. I don't know if you know I'm a friend, but I fucking am now. Beth wyt ti'n meddwl? Because we've kind of touched on Rhwydwaith Menywod Cymru. beth wyt ti'n meddwl bydd adolygwyr yn meddwl o'r llyfr? And more importantly, second part of the question, do you give a fuck?
I mean, no. I'm like, so ni ddim, t'mod, yna darnau yn y llyfr, lle o'n i yn poeni'n bach that I am just going to piss off a lot of people. Achos fel fi'n gadw allan S4C, fi'n gadw allan, like, the institution. Ac,
yes!
I know, oh, indeed. Ac, so o'n i bach fel, I mean, if you're going to go in, a i fod yn dig i y lolfa, o'n bach fel, are you sure, babes? Are you sure? They were like, this bit around, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, send, just go, just go.
It's alright, they've got a legal team like Netflix, it's fine.
Yeah, same budget, yeah. I'm the legal team. I've got a law degree from 6 years ago. That's it. So no, I think I'm in a position, dwi ddim mewn safle lle dwi'n gallu becso, really, because I'm like, if I did care, I would have been a bit kinder to those people, you know? But, you know, I've been honest, and that's all I can do. Realistically, do I care about what people my age and young people think, or do I care about what, you know, hashtag not all men, but middle-aged white man thinks, you know.
Cheers.
I said middle-aged.
Exactly. Oh! Now I love you even more. Os ti yn sydyn iawn, os ti'n gallu siarad gyda Mel Owen yn like 15, 16 oed, be ti'n meddwl bys ti'n gweud, right, here's my advice.
Don't have a straight fringe with curly hair. Babes, it doesn't look good on anybody. It definitely doesn't look good on you. Also, when you cut it yourself, like they leave it just there. Well, I'd steal my mum's GHDs, right? I think she wouldn't know, but I'd do it like straight on wet hair, so it would be like singeing it. So like the alarm would be going off, and I think like, oh, I don't know what's happened. It's my hair's on fire. So don't do that. Ond mwy na unrhyw beth, fi pob dim yn iawn. Everything's gonna be okay.
Lush. Hwnna, pwysig iawn.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at, ife?
Yeah.
I've gone through my favourite quotes, belly laugh, cymerais gam extreme, dydw i ddim yn falch ohonno, cam fi ddim fy siomi nes i fi gyrraedd fy medd, dechreuas i redeg. I absolutely love it. Es i M&S Croes Cwrloes i wneud bach o late night hunt am fwts cowboy cream. Yes!
They're actually my therapy cowboy boots.
Absolutely. What's the other one? Mae'n iawn I garu ffrind. It's lovely to love a friend, ond hefyd I dderbyn bod eu hamser nhw yn eich bywyd chi wedi dod I ben. Oh, sometimes those friends' time comes to an end. Yeah. I actually put that under the belly laugh section because I did it. Because it's very profound, but it's very important. Yeah. I found that very, very touching. Not myself. Oh my God, how many pints? This is all good. Allwch chi, please, prynu'r llyfr. Mae'r stondin yna gyda Elin o Caban fyna. Wonderful bookshop in Pontcana. It's not even more expensive than the other bookshops, it's just in Pontcana. So, ewch fyna, maen nhw ar werth, mae'n cymryd carden, os oes gennych chi gash, gallwch chi ddefnyddio eich gash. That's fine, use your cash or card, it's all good. Buy the book, support, it's absolutely brilliant, I've really enjoyed. Diolch yn fawr. I don't want to give the final word. I'm going to give you the final word because you are amazing. No, diolch enfawr I chi gyd am bod yma. Like, genuinely, it means so much to me. Ac you all do. You all mean an awful lot. And I might not have a wedding, so this might be the closest I ever get to it. So thank you for being here. And honestly, yeah, it honestly just means the world that you're all here to celebrate this with me because I never actually thought it would happen. So diolch yn fawr iawn I chi. Diolch yn fawr.